the ISA-1 Digital, the classic Focusrite Mic Pre and simultaneous DI. Now with class-leading stereo ADC as standard.
We're here at Messe with Matthias from RME, and they have this new interface called the Babyface, cute name. Now lots of companies have small interfaces which are like 2 in, 2 out, cute name, but there's a lot more to this than just a stereo interface. I mean, you have an ADAT port, all kinds of things, so what's the thinking behind it?
More flexibility, more performance, more power, RME style.
So you've always had a reputation for really good quality converters and electronics, so all this translates into here?
Of course.
Okay,
so the basic concept is based, this unit is based on the Fireface UC. Okay. That was last year when we came out with the first really professional USB interface, super low latency, best performance on the market. We have the same technology inside here, of course, USB. This unit is USB bus powered, with all the features that it has. And we use a breakout cable here for all the I/Os.
Okay.
So
and does that include a microphone input?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
It works like this way. You have stereo analog input with 2 digitally controlled microphone inputs. The same technology as in the Fireface 400 and Fireface UC. Very high quality stuff and easy to adjust and to set up this way. These inputs can also be switched to or used as line inputs, so no problem. And additionally, you can switch the right channel to high zero input for guitar, bass, keyboard, whatever.
Yeah. But then if your band comes along and you want to record many channels at the same time, you have ADAT ports, which is very unusual for a small interface.
Yeah, but on the other hand, I don't know why the others don't have it. I mean, but what you said is not 100% correct. Stereo in-out, but we have 2 stereo outputs, of course.
Of course.
That means the line output is separated from the headphone output, so you can have 2 different mixes and 2 different stereo output signals. Basic requirement for usable interface, I think.
So it looks great. Is it going to be an expensive piece, or is it very attractively priced?
Of course, it's more expensive than the usual cheap stuff. It can do more, and it's better quality. Coming back to your question about sound quality, it even has our steady clock technology inside. So, perfect sound, very nice concept of operation. I will explain that in a minute. But I think the sales price at this time is 599 euros, including VAT. That's what I hear from the distributor.
So for something of that quality, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah. Small, lightweight, mobile, and very nice on the desk. And here's how to use it. It's very simple. You have the select button, and you see here the LEDs, input, output phones. You just switch between these 2 states. Now if you set this to input, and you turn here, of course you set the gain for your 2 analog inputs. If you just want to set the left or right channel gain, you make this click, 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 left, right, both. With the next step of select, you go to outputs, and now you adjust the volume. Logical. Same with headphones. Back to input. Very easy to use.
So you don't need any software control panels or anything like that?
We have, but most things that you need to do while you're working with it, you can do here directly on the unit. And we even have a recall functionality. In the studio, you want to have some kind of standardized listening level. You can program this here, the current state, pushing 2 seconds the recall button, stored in, and then if you change the volume, 1 click and back to your standard.
Yeah, it looks pretty impressive. So is this...
You want one?
Yeah, I'll take this
one.
Now, when is it shipping?
We hope in summer.
In the summer? Okay. Well, something to look forward to. Blue skies and a blue interface.
Yeah. And also a new thing here is the first time interface from RME with built-in effects. So we have 3 band parametric equalizer for every input and every output channel. We have reverb and echo. Everything available up to 192 kHz, no limitations.
And these are all hardware based inside the unit?
The equalizer is rendered inside the unit, and the echo and reverb is done on the host.
Okay, that seems very sensible. So the Babyface also comes with some support software, which runs on the Mac and the PC. Can you tell us what this does?
Yeah, this is some kind of mixing solution for the interface, like we had before, Total Mix. This is now the next generation Total Mix FX. FX for FX, but also for the extended capabilities. there are many, many differences to the old version. Not only the design graphically, but also the functionality. So for example, if you take a channel here, this is a stereo channel input, and this is a mono channel. You can switch anytime, opening this settings dialog, and whoops, now you see analog 1, analog 2, or you go back to stereo mode. Have one together, so you need only one fader.
Yes.
Yeah. In this field you see there are some nice more features like stereo width you can adjust. This is the reverb send for the effects. Mid-side processing or phase left and right. Very easy to set up. The Babyface is our first interface with included effects, and this begins in the channels with the 3-band parametric equalizer. Also nicely done with graphics. Easy to see what you adjust, how you adjust it, cue, frequency, everything follows. Additionally to this one we have a low cut, 6, 12 or 40 dB steep, and frequency is adjustable of course. So if this one is active, you see if you make the window more small, this button here, then it is activated. You can see anytime, it is not hidden.
And you also access your echo and reverb from here?
Yeah. The echo and reverb send was in this page here. Reverb send. And then if you click here FX, you get the panel for the reverb and the echo settings. Yeah. Now this signal, echo and reverb, is a stereo output signal which can then be mixed to the outputs, to the hardware outputs, wherever you want. You just take this additional small fader here, pull it up, and this way you have your return signal mixed to the output.
So an application of this would be putting on some reverb for a vocalist doing an overdub to make them feel happy, yes?
Yeah. Nearly latency free then of course, so you are not dependent on the software anymore or the performance of your computer.
Very important.
Yeah. But of course if you have an equalizer like this is very handy and useful. You can use the same equalizer in the submix output. Remember, we can mix all the input and playback channels into any of these outputs and all differently.
Yes.
So that means if you have a typical submix and you want to apply some EQ, you can do it at this place. You don't have to apply the EQ on all the different inputs. You just put the EQ on the submix, and then if you want to record all the stuff, just activate the internal loopback. No problem.
That's very straightforward.
Yep. But there's more. In this version we have, which I find very astonishing and useful, the unlimited undo. So whatever you do here, just step here and you see you go back to an earlier stage. Unlimited, and of course the redo too. So the basic horror before was you set up a complicated mix and then accidentally hit the preset button and load something totally different, everything gone. No longer, you just hit the undo button and here you are.
Well, that must be a relief.
Yes, it is. For the smaller notebooks or the different screen view, we now have a 2-row mode. So the hardware inputs and software playbacks are in one row and the other stuff down here. We also have a so-called trim view. I change back to this one. Now, trim. This is very simple. If you pull down this fader, it simply means that all signals routed out there are damped or amplified. It's like a global gain setting. And to see what you do, we have this little small arrow. And if you go back to the submix view, you can see that this one is now no longer at 0 dB, but here. So you know that there's some damping going on for everything you do in that channel. It's more like the classical mixing desk approach, where you just have faders working globally.
Yes, we really look forward to reviewing this, so hopefully you can get us one in the summer.
I also do.
Thank you.
You're welcome.